Oh, I know you've been hyping up Paddy. I think you've
Paddy's
been overrating him a bit, though. I think you've been
No,
overrating
bro.
him just a tiny
No
bit.
way, man. Dude,
Just a
Bobby
little
Green is
bit.
not that good, bro.
I think Green, listen, Green is good. The only thing that holds him back is his chin. All right?
He's been chinned like 4 times in the past 2 years, bro. I'm not picking him, dude.
That's because he's facing Jalen Turner. He's facing Drew Dober. He's pillow hands. He's got pillow hands. All right?
Exactly. People are saying this guy KOs Paddy Pimblett. He's got literal pillow hands. He's a decisionator. And he's chinny as fuck, so his defense is like even worse now. He's 37, isn't he? 37, 38?
Yeah, I think he's 38. I think people...
Oh, dude, yeah, I'm not picking this guy, man. I'm not picking this guy. He got dropped by Tony Ferguson. He was getting schooled by Jared Gordon. He got rocked by Jared Gordon.
He was getting pieced up, but I think Green, I don't know. That was a weird Bobby Green. That was a one-off. Green doesn't normally look that trash. Green normally looks...
People talk about Paddy Pimblett versus Jared Gordon, and that was an injury. That was also a one-off. He was injured. He kicked him. Yeah. He kicked him in the foot, broke his foot immediately. So people will use that fight, but then, oh, dude, Bobby Green by KO against Paddy Pimblett. What?
No. Right? But the thing is, though, Bobby Green doesn't struggle with bums. Wait. You can't. Wait, don't even. He knocked out Jared Gordon, son. He knocked out Jared Gordon. Fair and square. Fair. No, he didn't knock him out. He didn't knock him out. Hold on. Dude. Aside from the Jared Gordon weird performance, let me just say this. There's 20 Green performances. There's only one Jared Gordon performance. All right? There's 7 Paddy Pimblett fights. There's 7 Paddy Pimblett shitty performances. That's all I'm going to say.
No, it's not.
There have been
what?
That's what I'm saying. There have been too many moments against Ferguson. Guess who beat up Ferguson better on the ground? Guess who beat up Ferguson better on the ground?
Paddy Pimblett dropped him and nearly finished him. Bobby Green, didn't even. Bro, he got dropped by Tony.
High school wrestler Bobby Green that hasn't wrestled since the 80s.
All right, Lucas. I want you to pick the guy that got dropped by Tony Ferguson
better.
He got dropped.
That's the thing. Getting dropped. Bobby Green gets dropped every fucking day, dude. This guy's getting dropped in sparring every day. He's all good, though. He wins the fights when it matters.
All right. So he gets dropped every fight. He's been chinned multiple times, but he's going to beat Paddy Pimblett, who has a crazy chin, who throws flying knees when Bobby Green ducks his head so much and leans out to the side.
Crazy chin. Who's he proven his chin against?
Bro, who's rocked him?
Big, powerful Jared Gordon.
Nobody's rocked him.
You got a little
I've seen
rocked
Bobby
by
Green
Benjamini.
get put on Crip Street by Jared Gordon, bro. Come on now. Jared Gordon.
He's gotten rocked by Benjamini. Okay, but listen. This is why. Okay, let me tell you why I think Paddy Pimblett is overrated. I think that MMA Guru, I think that a lot of people these days, since there's this whole Paddy Pimblett shit narrative, and I don't think Paddy Pimblett's shit, but since it's such a popular semi-casual narrative that Paddy Pimblett's just dog crap, I think it's similar to the whole Bilal beats Leon thing, in that I think people want to go away from the masses. I think they want to have a bit of a different take, and I think they want to say things like, you know what, he's actually pretty underrated though. I think he's actually top 15 material, man. I don't think he's top 15. I don't think he's that good. I think he's right below Jared Gordon level. I think that Paddy Pimblett, you can't be struggling that much with Jared Gordon. I know he injured his foot. There was no takedowns. Where were the takedowns? Grant Dawson got his back. I'm talking about Jared Gordon. Grant Dawson submitted Jared Gordon. Grant Dawson had Damir Ismagulov in a horrific position. He was big brothering Damir Ismagulov. All right? Grant Dawson is someone that, in my opinion, has proven that he's a better, more dominant wrestler and grappler than Paddy Pimblett. Pimblett's going he's having a close clinch fest, scrape him first round against, what's his name, Jordan Levitt, and he's out there in the UK in 2022 against that, I forget his name, the Hispanic guy that he was fighting, the Mexican guy, and he's taking him until the second round, or maybe it was the first.
Yeah, but he's finishing these guys. He's finishing these guys.
He's finishing them, but he's struggling to get the takedowns, and these are the biggest bums that the UFC has to offer. You can't lose a fight to Jared Gordon that clearly and compare him to Bobby Green. I know Green was getting beat by Gordon.
Green was losing. What are you?
Wait.
Paddy Pimblett did not look like that against fucking Jared Gordon, bro. He decided to strike with him, and he still won the fight based on damage. According to the judges, listen, I'm not saying he won that fight definitively. I'm just saying it wasn't I don't know, dude. That's such a shit performance that it almost it's such an outlier in terms of the other fights. You watch the other fights, he is grappling most of the time. He's landing better shots, even against these bums. Like, he is grappling. Against Jared Gordon, I don't know why, because of the injury, I guess, he decided to just box. He looked like shit. But against Tony Ferguson, you could see that, like, damn, this guy does have power. Even though Tony Ferguson sucks, I'm not saying, oh my God, this guy's a great fighter. He beat fucking Tony Ferguson. I mean, that's one of the better wins of Bobby Green's fucking recent memories, is that Tony Ferguson fight. So I don't know why people are kind of like,
I think
he lost to Drew Dober, he lost to all these other guys.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Paddy Pimblett, the way he beat Tony, first off, he had a close first round up until the knockdown. Like, the knockdown was crazy. He had like a 3-piece big combination landed, then he threw a flying knee at him and he dropped him. That was amazing. But that was like one really dominant moment. If you watch the first round with Pimblett and Tony, they're kind of going tit for tat a little bit. Bobby Green versus Tony. This is how Bobby Green versus Tony goes. Bobby Green styling on Tony from the get-go. All right, styling on him from the get-go, and he gets dropped. And then, like, Bobby Green always gets dropped. He recovers.
Then he eye pokes him.
Total annihilation. It's like 10 levels above.
After the eye poke.
Annihilation. After the eye poke, there was an eye poke, but I'm telling you, man, Tony Ferguson was cooked.
Classic Bobby Green there. Classic Bobby Green.
Well, that's something Pimblett's got to worry about.
Headbutting. Yeah, I know, bro. He's going to have to deal with Queen Green fucking headbutting him, dude. But listen, man, I just think that the thing with Bobby Green is, people are so confidently picking Bobby Green as if he's like this elite ranked contender. Oh my God, this guy's ranked, bro. He's fought all the best of the best. Dude, come on, man. Bobby Green makes it so close in every fight that goes to a decision. Unless you're like a complete, old man like Jim Miller, or you're Tony Ferguson. Other than that, it's like a competitive fight. Like, if you go to a decision with him, I think Paddy Pimblett's going to have better output than Tony Ferguson, obviously. Like, he's not a 40-year-old corpse. I think he's got maybe equal or slightly more raw power than Bobby Green. And Bobby Green is chinny as fuck now. Against Jim Miller, every single time Jim Miller touched it, even when Jim Miller was on death's doorstep, like, he was getting pieced up in that fight, he got destroyed. That was a great performance by Bobby Green. Jim Miller touched him on the chin every single time Bobby Green was wobbled. Every single time Bobby Green was wobbled. I know Jim Miller has knockouts, but let's not act like he's Francis Ngannou at lightweight. It's not like we're talking about Drew Dober knocking him out. I'm not going to hold that against him. Jalen Turner. That's a life-changing stoppage.
Jim Miller will leave. All right, let me ask the chat a question. Who do you guys think wins, Paddy Pimblett or Jim Miller? If they were to have fought at UFC 300, who would have won, Miller or Pimblett? This is the deciding factor. This is what I'm talking about. This is kind of, hold on. This is kind of like my thought process. I know that it's MMA math. Oh, shit. People go, hey, you guys are going with Pimblett? Bro.
Oh, hell yes.
You guys have been swayed by MMA Guru's interview.
No, literally, Paddy Pimblett does win that. That's facts. That's facts.
No, he doesn't, bro. Jim Miller fucking.
What does Jim Miller do to him? Jim Miller's gonna have to grapple with him. He's not gonna
him up with his frog physique.
No, Jim Miller's a featherweight, bro.
Jim Miller boxes him up with his frog physique, son.
Jim Miller's a old man, journeyman, craftsman.
Listen, what does Paddy Pimblett do to Miller is the question. What does he KO him?
Jim Miller's got a granite chin. Head off the canvas, lad. Yeah,
bounce his head off the canvas, bro. Jim Miller doesn't get KO'd. Miller's got a great chin.
Nah, Paddy Pimblett would just size mog him, dude. I think Paddy Pimblett would just clinch him up and control him.
Dude, it's actually...
And he'd have a good enough chin to survive.
I'm actually shocked that so many people are going with Pimblett. Like, I swear, bro, a month ago, people would have been saying Miller.
No, dude.
I think that there's a lot of... Pimblett's not as bad as people think, sort of shit.
But he isn't, though. He's actually like...
Wait. No. I agree with that, but I think that there's... I think they've gone too far. With the whole, like, listen, man, we all said he was shit, but he's actually truly elite. He's actually truly elite, bro. No,
just accept that I'm
accepting that he's underrated by casuals, but I'm accepting that he's overrated by hardcores. He's underrated by casuals, but overrated by hardcores. The hardcores are straight up out here saying, listen, he's not shit. He's actually truly the dark horse of the division. Like, he's truly top 5.
Listen, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he beats Bobby Green, and I think the hardcores are overrated Bobby Green in this fight.
Is overrated.
That's what I'm saying. No, but Bobby Green is getting glazed as if he's this elite fighter.
Listen, I know Green's got some issues. I know Green's got some issues.
He was dead on the canvas.
That is true, but that's against Jalen Turner. Round 1, Jalen Turner is the lightweight champ.
Jalen Turner lost to
Who's beat Jalen Turner in a round? Hooker. Has anyone ever stolen a round off of Jalen Turner? Is the question.
Dude, Dan Hooker had that guy quitting with one punch. Dan Hooker, who's in
Well,
slow
he's the
motion.
Tin Man. He's the Tin Man. I agree. I think that Jalen Turner he's got the Tin Man heart, honestly. Moicano, fuck, dude. I can't believe Moicano.
Matt Favola beat Jalen Turner,
survived.
bro. Come on now. Dude, I'm telling you, like, bro, Bobby Green, he's good, but like, let's not act like, oh my God, Bobby Green by whatever he destroys Paddy Pimblett. I think, and I hate to bring this out again. I'm pretty confident Paddy Pimblett's going to win this, but listen, dude, if it's a close fight and it goes to the judges in the UK, who do you think they're fucking giving it to? Come on, bro.
They're giving it to Pimblett. Listen. I understand that it's an interesting fight, but again, the way I see Paddy winning is by knocking Green down and jumping on him or knocking him out. And
I think he can drop him. I think he will drop him.
He could definitely drop him. I even think he probably will.
Flying knee.
But I don't think his grappling is good enough to take down Bobby Green. That's the issue with Pimblett's grappling. He's got to work you into the clinch. He's got to smudge you up against the fence for a minute. He's got to get a couple of takedowns denied. Bobby Green is fast on his feet, and he's got good strength. He's going to be able to shuck him off and get out of the way. And I just don't think there's going to be like, listen, I think Pimblett is an overrated grappler. I think his jiu-jitsu is okay. I think his jiu-jitsu is pretty good. He can take the back. He's got good submissions.
His wrestling's a bit sus, though, yeah.
His wrestling ain't shit, and that's the issue.
He's got good judo, though. He does have good judo.
He does have good judo, yeah. He has got great hip tosses. His judo is good. But, like, when have we seen Paddy Pimblett shoot a blast double leg? Like, when have we seen Paddy Pimblett
I don't think he will,
like
though. I think he'll get on the fence against... I think he'll get on the fence against Bobby Green. I could see him... Yeah, I think he's... I don't know. I think if he gets... I think he's big and strong. He's a big fucking dude as well. I think if he gets a hold of Bobby Green against the fence, he can work his way around to the back. I could see him kind of climbing on his back and working like that, or trying to take him down from the back body lock, because that's a lot easier to do than a double leg, even on a good wrestler. If you get back body lock, like you're in a good position to get a takedown there, you know, man. So I don't know. I just think Bobby Green, like, dude, Paddy Pimblett just has plot armor as well, though. I just cannot see him losing to Bobby Green. Like, it's just such a career mode win for Paddy Pimblett, bro.
Right.
I think when Paddy loses, it's gonna be a legit KO guy who just finally catches him and just puts him out. I think that's what it's gonna be when Paddy Pimblett loses. Like,
right. Let's talk about his gas tank. This is the thing, though. If Pimblett does, let's listen, because I think it's possible that Pimblett flatlines Bobby Green, face plants him. I think we could see a 3 million, 4 million view video on the UFC's YouTube channel.
Yeah, I can see that.
By Sunday. I could see Paddy Pimblett getting the KO. That'd be pretty awesome. But if he doesn't, his cardio, we got to talk about Pimblett's cardio. It looked a little bit sus against Ferguson, too. It looked a little bit off against, what's his name? Jared Gordon.
Give you that.
Against Ferguson, he was holding on for dear life in that third round. He was breathing
with that. But that's because he almost finished him in round one. Like, that's a big adrenaline dump. I think if he has a moment like that against Bobby Green, first of all, I think Bobby Green's going out if he gets hit with those shots. I think Tony Ferguson's chin is fucking insane, even now. And like he said, he made a really good point in his interview with Guru, actually. He did say, like, any other fighter, a referee probably stops that fight. But because it's Tony Ferguson, they know how tough he is. They let him go, which I actually
gotta watch
think
the
is true.
finish back. But it might be true. But the thing is, if it's Green that gets dropped like that, he probably is getting.
He's going out.
He's going out. Chin is bad. But the thing is, I don't know if he's getting hit by that though. He's not getting hit by a flying knee.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think the only reason we saw him so tired in round 3 was because he legit was trying to finish one of the hardest to finish fighters in UFC history. Even though Tony Ferguson's washed, he is still like Charles Oliveira didn't finish him when he was like a bald zombie in the apex. Like, he should have finished him in hindsight. But still, I think if he's not going to have that big of a dump against Bobby Green, like, he's either going to finish him or he's just going to win a decision based on damage and control time and a bit of, UK luck. That's what I think.